What if I told you that 60 million people today in the U.S. are under winter weather advisories, almost stretching from the border of Mexico and Texas here all the way across the United States to the northeast Chesapeake Bay specifically? You may as well go ahead and call this an atmospheric river going on, and man is it big. And also, my friends, another cross-ocean event. Take a look at all these tsunami buoys going off in the western Pacific Ocean, all around Australia, also near Japan and Fiji. What is going on in the ocean? Well, it looks like another massive earthquake in the western Pacific, a 7.7 earthquake striking just southeast of the Loyalty Islands. Here we go. That's right. Welcome back, everybody. February 10th, 2021 at 9:53 a.m. and you are looking at an atmospheric river, and I'm going to show you exactly why. Take a look at our county-by-county chart, and you're going to see a color in there we don't often see too much of, or at least covered by this many counties. Scrolling down shows us that this is an ice storm warning. So basically what that means is that giant Arctic blast of air we're getting. That's why we're seeing negative 30-degree temperatures in the Dakotas. It is now finally mixing with a big low-pressure system that is in the southeast. Here on Tropical Tidbits as well, we follow these isobars, and they can show us that the cold air, the Arctic air, is dipping down into the U.S. and meeting right at this line where the low-pressure system is then going to create that mix. That pink right there is basically that ice storm we are watching. And keep in mind, my friends, this covers a lot of states, and that's not even the issue. The issue is 60 million people with the potential of losing power and or the roads being absolutely horrible. And that includes states that aren't quite used to it. There's definitely places in Texas that are not used to ice storms, and being that this system is so broad, covering anywhere between 17 and 20 states, again, 60 plus million people. And not to get anyone freaked out, but that is just one of 4 systems we're going to have between now and February 20th. And yes, I did say 4, so we're going to take a quick look at that. We are here on Tropical Tidbits. Of course, a lot of these patterns may change. It's the overall idea that I'm trying to show you here. We are looking at current time. This is what we are expecting between now and tomorrow for this giant ice storm, this atmospheric river going along basically the entire southeast of the United States. Now I'm going to do a couple clicks forward, and we're going to see our second system after this one coming through, and it is more of a northeast looking storm. We see the ice and rain mix going on in areas like Virginia, Chesapeake Bay, and then southeast Pennsylvania, where it switches over to snow closer to the Great Lakes. Now we'll move even more forward to number 3, and this one comes out from the Gulf. It looks like a very messy, hectic storm already before it even gets to the northeast. Take a look at some of the states that are showing heavy snowfall when it comes to February 16th. This is just after the Valentine's Day storm the northeast is supposed to get. And now we'll click forward to take a look at the rest of this storm, clearly covering the Great Lakes, the northeast getting slammed once again, and then we'll move in towards the 20th, where our final storm, and not the last one, but the final in this set, will take place through February 20th as another possible nor'easter affecting the northeast. If this low pressure accumulates farther out into the Atlantic, it'll be less of an effect on the coast. The closer it is, we all know, and remember Winter Storm Orlena taking out the northeast in the last 2 weeks alone. That is a whole lot of weather to be dealing with, my friends. I understand the snow is unbearable to some people, including myself. I'm so tired of shoveling, but we will get through it. And with that said, my friends, on to this massive earthquake in the western Pacific Ocean. We're going to talk about lots of natural disasters going on. According to some, at least, these are naturally occurring, but we are not going to get into that. But if you guys remember the India glacier avalanche that left 18 dead, more than 200 still missing, we covered that a few days ago. Horrible situation. And now in a complete other part of the world, specifically the Loyalty Islands region, that is close to Fiji, New Caledonia, and I've brought up an earthquake-specific site to this region of the world, and we can see right here this took place overnight last night in the early morning hours, at least in the east coast of the United States, a 7.7 earthquake at a depth of about 54 kilometers. Also, if you guys remember, we talk about these buoys all the time. These are our tsunami buoys that basically warn us if there's a wave coming to our area, and you could see a wide, broad area of these tsunami buoys going off, so you wonder why some go off and some don't. Your guess is as good as mine, but we could see all the way up from Japan down towards the Western Australia coastline, also the Eastern Australia coastline, and the Southeastern Australia coastline, closer to New Zealand. Now, why are these buoys going off so far away from the epicenter of the quake? Your guess is as good as mine. Like I said, it does have to do with some sort of transferring of pressure along the fault lines, which does make sense to me. And plugging in the coordinates on Google Earth takes us exactly to the epicenter of where this took place, and you can see it's right on that fault line that basically connects the triangle of New Caledonia, Fiji, and Port Vila right here. And again, I just want to point out, here's the USGS. It did measure the quake. If you take a look at the other surrounding quakes, it doesn't really have much information on Australia. So a subscriber from this area sent me a good link for Australian earthquakes and the surrounding area, and we have a much better idea once we look at this chart here. But again, that 7.7 definitely captured and setting off many, many tsunami buoys around the area. If there is any other information about this, as it did happen a few hours ago, and chances are we would know about a tsunami at this point, but these buoys still going off is worth the time to put into it and to continue researching it until it is solved. Once again, my friend, over 60 million people in the crosshairs of this ice storm slash winter storm that's going to last all day today into tomorrow, and is just one of 4 systems we have to worry about in just the month of February alone, which has been a very busy, backbreaking month as it is, and it's showing no signs of letting up for now. So all we can do is just try to stay positive and find those little things that keep us happy. All right, my friends, it is now 10:08 a.m. I'm going to cut this video off, and I will let you guys know of any other updates that are going to take place in this crazy world we are currently living in. Thank you all so much. I will talk to you all soon. Shout out to Canada. If you have not already, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back later on. Thank you all so much.